years biomedical. I call upon Ms. Dhanusha, biomedical trainer from ATHEENAPANDIAN Private Limited, to give introduction about our chief guest.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to introduce our chief guest today, Mr. Dinesh Shah, General Manager at Simon's Healthineers. With over 10 years of experience in the healthcare industry, Dinesh Shah became the respected leader and expert in the key account management. He has earned his master degree in biomedical engineering from the University of Hull, where he had developed a strong foundation for his career in healthcare. Since joining Simon's Healthineers in 2012, he has focused on driving strategic innovatives and excelling in sales management and enhancing teamworks. Under his leadership, Simon's Healthineers has not only achieved the significant growth but has also built a strong partnership and improved patient care in various healthcare settings. In addition to his professional achievements, he is passionate about mentoring future leaders in healthcare, and he actively sharing his knowledge and encouraging collaboration innovation in the industries. Today, we are excited to hear from Mr. Dinesh Sir share his insights on the future of healthcare technologies and importance of effective leadership. So please join me in exciting a warm welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Dinesh Sir, to share his excited thoughts. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Dhanusha, for a very brief introduction. So, guys, my name is Dinesh, as I was introduced. So, I'm a biomedical engineer myself. Passed out in the year 2009. Then briefly worked here for some time, and then I pursued it. Then I did my masters in medical engineering, in the University of Hull. Then I specialized in sports medicine. Then worked in UK for about 10 years. Then came back to Siemens and practically been in Siemens India from 2012, and it's my 13th year in Siemens right now. Guys, if I may ask, can some of you guys at least switch on your camera so I can actually see who I'm talking to? I can see I can only see a lot of names. I actually don't get to see a person. I would appreciate if it's more interactive, or else I can keep talking. So can few of you come in the camera at least, whatever be, that's good. Kavi, that's great. Can I have a few more? It's not so difficult, guys. Come on. All right. Anyway, it looks like most of you guys are like really camera shy. I think pretty understandable. Most of you guys, at least someone be, I want this to be very interactive. So someone can, if you can respond saying yes, no, I believe most of you guys are students, right? I mean, yeah. So,
yes, sir.
Okay, most of you guys are students. So great. Okay. Anyway, thanks for this opportunity. I normally enjoy talking with students because I'm someone like you, didn't know what to do third year, fourth year. I believe most of you guys must be third year, fourth year college. Didn't know what to do, where to go, where to find jobs and stuff. So really like doing it. So that's why I think someone has reached me out asking me if I can do a talk. I said, like, if it's with students, and probably yeah, because I keep doing a lot of these forums, keep going for a lot of talks. I mean, really happy to do it. So what I do is, so today let me talk about, instead of talking about, of course, having great leadership skills and all are really great, but let me take you through my journey. I would also want to maybe give you some hints, or let's say maybe give you some options on what can your future career be, what all, let's say, post graduation you can do, or what are the jobs you can look at. I think, I feel, it would be more useful for you. So let me just quickly take you through a small uh, presentation here. Someone has to tell me, can someone confirm if you are able to see something?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay. So this is sort of my standard slide with what I would normally want to start my talk with, because almost every talk of mine normally starts with this particular slide, which I feel it's very relevant for biomedical engineers. You see one side of the world, it's like really flourishing, all great, all greenery and stuff. Other side is like really dry. We don't know what. Uh, it's really difficult and stuff. Any idea why I want to start the talk? Why I usually start the talk with this kind of a slide? Any guesses? Okay. Looks like you guys are really camera shy. No. So the reason why I start the talk with this slide is, one side of the world is all the fancy ITs and the softwares. There are a lot of other engineering streams, right? I mean, like the ECs, ITs, the CSCs, even the civils, mechanicals. Really well known, been in the engineering stream for so many years. Big IT company takes, offers them like good salaries, campus interviews. A lot of those things are really glorified, right? I mean, it looks really fancy, looks really attractive. On the other side, we have a biomedical department. We don't know, we are really into biology or into electronics. We are somewhere in the middle. Don't know which way we are going. you know Not really knowing, what could be the next career step. So from the outside, even, when I was my third or final year biomedical in 2008 somewhere, even I used to think, nobody used to really come for any campus interviews. And if you're a biomedical engineer, all those TCSs, CTS or Infosys who just wouldn't want to even interview you, because saying that, you don't have the core competency, and we will just end up just going into some kind of BPOs, call centers, medical coding. I say, fortunately, I didn't take this route. So this was one specific reason. I know, coming from a student fraternity, I know fraternity right now. I know that this must be the feeling most of you guys must have. This is what even I had. So one thing before I would want to talk you through my experience or take you through my experience, one thing I would want to assure all, who is there on the other side. One thing is, though the start looks very difficult, biomedical engineering, what our career is like right now, the start might look really difficult. I mean, not much of options, but trust me, there are so many options. There's so many good career options you can possibly look at. Right now, maybe you guys must be thinking, okay, maybe I become a biomedical engineer in a hospital, or else I can do some R&D, or else join some, let's say, join some other firm like a Siemens, or there are other equipment manufacturing firms where you can join as a service engineer or an application engineer and whatnot and what for. So these are some of the obviously known cases. I have a list of career opportunities in a single slide, which I would want to show. There are so many other options available. And one good thing is, right, though to begin with, the career start in a biomedical career, I mean, to biomedical job is kind of difficult, very demanding. You need to be really good at what you're doing. But the career progression, once you reach a certain level, right? Let's say, somewhere about 7-8 years into the industry, I mean, gain a lot of knowledge. The amount of career growth what you can achieve from a biomedical job itself is far more compared to what your IT would do. Typically, what you would see, right? When you're interviewed for a job and you get into an IT, right? IT or software, they normally give you attractive packages to begin with, and you kind of, let's say, when you're 35, 40, you kind of zone out. I mean, you are peaked out. Your salaries would have reached an X amount, then you obviously get replaced. That's why, I'm very sure most of you guys must have heard of, he lost his job, that fellow job lost his job. How many times have you ever heard of biomedical engineer losing his job when he was 35, 40? No, you would hardly find anything. So though initially there could be a lot of let's say attractive options, let's make some quick money, get into IT software. Don't do it. I didn't do it, and I'm glad I took the decision, and that's why I am here where I am right now. Career progression is really quick, really fast. Though you don't make money initially for some years, whoever has stayed, who has remained in the industry, remained in the field, have significantly outgrown all the other sectors. So my assurance to you, having seen this in the last 13, 15 years, one thing I can surely tell you is you be confident about what you're studying. You should be confident about where you are. There are so many opportunities out there, and especially in this kind of a fast-paced life, right? Unfortunately or fortunately, where India is the country to be right now. 2009, maybe India was not the right place to be for me. But right now, if someone is giving me an option of maybe going somewhere else, go back to UK or US, I wouldn't go, because India is right now really the place to be. And healthcare is the most rapidly expanding, let's say, sector, even in country wise. You see a lot of government schemes all focused towards healthcare. You guys must have seen, when you are probably very young kids and stuff, maybe your mom and dad had to go, let's say, 2 hours, 3 hours to get an MRI or a CT done. Right now, right now, every district hospital or every small place inside Tamil Nadu, at least, you can practically get any kind of medical examination or a scan done, let's say, within about 30-40 kilometers. So that's a kind of expansion we are talking about. And when there is an expansion in a particular segment, there is obviously more spent in R&D. There are more skill hands that will be required. People like you, biomedical engineers, who would need to run it, and then you would also, like, someone needs to be serviced. So it also needs servicing. So again, being a service engineer again is a good option and stuff. So to begin with, you guys should be really confident about what you have chosen. You have chosen an amazing department. I know right now you might be thinking, oh my god, okay, right now maybe no, you might have a lot of doubts, but trust me, you have taken a really good one. Only thing is, you have to stay very true to the course. Success is not going to come easy, but when success comes, the success is normally very huge, significantly huge. So okay, so like I told you, I did my undergrad biomedical, and then I did my postgrad in medical engineering with a specialization in this. I specialized in sports medicine. Then I was kind of looking for a job. Then, so how many of you? I know most of you guys. Since nobody is responding, this unfortunately has to be like monologue. Or else I would. I know I would want to give it a minute to see if anybody has any questions till now. Guys, hello. Hello. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you have any questions, I'm here because you guys can ask me any questions regarding your career path or something. That's how it goes, or else I can just keep talking. This is what I do for a living, This is practically my job. 2-3 years I can just keep talking. Okay. Anyway, I think I'll take you through all this, and then maybe if there are any questions, I'll take it at the end.
Yes, sir. There is one question, sir. So what is the suggestion about job seeking for freshers?
Okay, so that's what So what you have to do now. So again, going back to this particular slide, what I'm showing, right? So when they go through this progression from third year or fourth year, that is the time when you actually get exposure to industry. Like, you start going to hospital visits and stuff. There, you have to make. I know it's a lot of fun doing all this IVs and stuff. I used to just love doing IVs. really didn't bother about what am I going to gain there and stuff. But you will come across certain topics that will really interest you. One, my fascination was, I always I was always fascinated about human body biology and stuff, but I never thought I could be so committed to become a doctor or anyone. So I thought I wanted to do something on the research. So that's why my PG was mostly to do on research and stuff. When I came back, right, one thing that really fascinated me, when you get into a big hospital kind of a setup, I'm sure most of you guys have done during a hospital visit, you will see big fancy equipments, right? I mean, it looks really big, sophisticated. You don't get to go inside just like that. So I became very curious looking at an MRI machine that time. I didn't know that it was an MRI machine that time. All I knew was that was something that was very expensive. I'm not allowed to go inside. And obviously, it is something that's very sophisticated. So I didn't know. So I went back, I did some research on what did I actually do. Got to talk to a lot of people in the hospitals and found out what does an MRI do and then what does a CT do. Then from eventually, then you start learning more and more and more. Then when you start learning more and more, right, I mean, you will eventually find places where you can actually go and find a job. So I initially started as a another thing, right? Since you asked about career opportunities, one thing is what you really have to do is if you love traveling, then you have to get yourself into, let's say, a manufacturing firm. I mean, not real extensive traveling. If you think like, okay, 2 3 days in a week traveling is okay, you please just go and get employed in a manufacturing firm. There are so many manufacturing, right from a ventilator to anesthesia machine to a monitor to a pulse oximeter to an MRI with the most complicated MR and stuff. There are so many equipment manufacturers. All you guys have to do is maybe list down 20 equipments what you would associate in your hospital setup, find who's manufacturing it, and the moment, let's say, ventilator as an equipment, you guys must be you guys must be studying. So all you have to do is just go find who all manufactures ventilators. Then you will have a list of 10 companies, let's say. Then out of those 10 companies, you go and apply. You will normally get a lot of idea. And good thing is, a lot of foreign companies are coming inside India. I mean, Siemens have been here for more than 100 years or so. So I mean, but a lot of new players are entering into India. So you can find career options like those. And if you're traveling, right, I mean, it usually helps. If personally, don't look at a hospital based biomedical engineer to start with, to begin with. I mean, there are good career options, but if you want, let's say, a really fast paced growth, fast track growth, and be big, make it big, then I would want to be working in let's say, a corporate kind of setup. Then, okay, beyond a certain age or for some other reason, I don't like traveling, getting married, this has to be my place. Then you can probably look at a hospital kind of place. But you should largely be looking at let's say, working for an equipment manufacturer, IDB. Since you had asked, my next slide, I'm going to be talking about. So these are some of the.
Sir, and then another question is there, sir. Whether the job seeking website like Times Job, Naukri, etc. are trustable ones, sir.
Naukri and Times, right, worked during my time. Let me be very honest. I mean, back in my days, right, I never had LinkedIn. So right now, you guys have access to someone from the industry, not just me. There are so many other guys who are already going to be talking to you over the next 2 3 days. You guys have access to it, right? I mean, LinkedIn is a very good platform for you guys to know what is actually happening around. So be connected in LinkedIn. You will normally find a lot of job postings done in Avatar. I recruit a lot of people for my team. I mean, I don't go to Naukri. I don't go to any other. I normally do it through LinkedIn. I think even about 3 4 weeks back, I posted some job opening in my page. You guys can go and apply, and that's how it works. I mean, Naukri okay, but right now LinkedIn is more good, and there are opportunities that keeps coming. Do be as close to let's say a field or something. Though hospital based biomedical, being a hospital biomedical engineer might not be a great career option to settle with to begin with, right? Let's say, you can also look at this option. You just go and be a biomedical engineer in some good hospital. I'm not saying a small hospital. Go and get into a good big hospital. It might be tough. It will be tough. Good thing is, so many companies, manufacturers like Siemens, Philips, G, or you name it. Those guys will come and meet you. Then maybe at the end of 1 or 2 months, you will have a set of, let's say, 50 or 60 business cards, guys who have met you, and from there you can actually start picking up. To begin with, and so once I came back to India, right, my first salary was 6,000 rupees. I did my so I had my UG, I had my PG, then I was a specialist in sports medicine. But when I landed in India, my first salary was 6,000 rupees. I know I was offered a job elsewhere that was into teaching and stuff, but they were ready to pay me about some 45, 46,000 rupees. But I chose to take this 6,000 job because I was kind of sure that if I be for long enough, learn a lot of things, then most importantly network really well, then I can just keep jumping. I think 1.5 months into my first ever job, right? I think one of the person, one of the spokesperson who I've seen is from MITI Electronics, MITI. So I was actually 1.5 months I was working for MITI Electronics, where I was basically trying to sell ICU beds. Never really liked it, but when I was working for that firm, I had to go and visit another hospital where someone from Siemens had come there. And when you're waiting, you normally get talking to them. Then they were asking, what did you study and stuff. Then I told them this is what I studied, and from there they say, there is opening here, why don't you come and try? Of course, a lot of interviews and stuff, but then that's how I got this job. So you guys should really network, socialize. You guys should really socialize, get to know a lot of people, and you ought to be just feel confident to approach for a job and stuff. So keep very actively looking on LinkedIn. See, these are some of the job opportunities. What I quickly made this slide in about 5-10 minutes. And on all these jobs are available in South India, and even to be very precise, all these jobs are right now available in Chennai. Please don't mind the imaging technology where you get to operate a CT machine or MR machine. Rehab engineering is maybe someone gets injured, go through physiotherapy, goes to, let's say, physiotherapy, comes back. What happens next? Is he qualified to get a good implant done? What kind of implant needs to be done? What are the biomaterials it needs to be done and stuff? A lot of work goes in there. Now, these are some of the career opportunities that are available right now. So right now I'm in medtech. I mean, healthcare space, corporate world, medtech is where I'm right now. I mean,
Sir, and then another one question, sir.
mm.
Also, kindly give me a suggestion about the medical coding. I hope it not relating to our domain, right, sir?
See, okay, that's a very interesting question, because medical coding is a very obvious choice. Okay, before I come back and answer this question, what I would want to do is I would want to go back, switch on my camera, and guys, at least few of you would just open up your camera. You guys must be very smart looking and stuff. Wherever you are, on the road, playing with your friends, wherever you guys are at, just feel free to open up your camera so that we can interact. Maybe I can share, maybe I can call, I can give you maybe one or two things. So I'm going to stop sharing, go back to the previous screen. Hey Harun, and hi Mohammed. Great, he's running from the bus. That's the kind of interest we want. So okay, going back to your technique, right, about medical coding and stuff. So you always get a job what a qualified biomedical engineer can do. Simple. If anybody else can do the job, chances of your job prospect getting diluted is a lot more. Let's say, why do IT people lose their job? I mean, answer is there. You go into software from a biomedical department when you're 35 years old, your career peaks out, and then if there is a job crunch because of AI or anything, the first one who they would touch is who's not from the same industry. That's very obvious, right? So you have to get into a work stream, or you have to get into a career that is very closely aligned with what you are a specialist in. Coding, stopgap here and there, but coding, it's okay, but it's not great. There's so many other better opportunities than those. Like, if somebody is really interested in R&D, you can even look at R&D, but don't, if you're looking at R&D, just don't be in Chennai, just go to Bangalore. There's so many factories that are being open, so many career opportunities that are in Bangalore. Just go and explore those opportunities in Bangalore.
Sir, and then another one question, sir.
Sure.
Do companies like Siemens or GE offer opportunities for students to visit their facilities or participate in internship? If so, could you please share the best approach to reach out for such opportunities?
Okay. Okay. So this is asked by Arunadi. So what happens is, yeah, companies like if we do offer internship, so normally you float your resume, and then it normally depends on how your resume is, and then you might be called for an interview and stuff. Then we do internships, but very limited. It's not like a huge bunch or anything, but maybe 3-4 students in Chennai. We do about 3-4 students a year, but we do, yes. So, okay, now I'll take the next question. Some Navi Madi has asked, sir, now I am not working as related to biomedical field, but I'm more interested to do work in biomedical field. How to seek the job and what are the skills I have to develop in the relevant field? Okay, simple. To begin with, right, you can get into 2 career streams. Let's say one is to do sales, another one is to do service. If you have to do service, then probably go and find a job. Service, you can reach out to, let's say, again, go through the company's website. They would float. Most importantly, go to the LinkedIn page of the respective company. There you might have a lot of openings which is not normally posted outside. And if anybody is looking out for, let's say, sales, who has, let's say, 1 or 2 years experience, I have 2 opportunities, one to be done in Chennai, another one is to be based out of Madurai. I'm currently actively looking for 2 people, so you might reach out to me with your resume, but don't send hi hellos, just forward your resume in my LinkedIn. I will have a relook and I will definitely respond.
Participants, if you have any doubts, kindly ask to this too.
Yes, sir. I have one doubt, sir.
Sure.
Yeah. So while giving training to the students, most of the students are preferring like how we can able to place in G Healthcare, Siemens, and Tier 1 companies, but they are not willing to join starting their career on Tier 3 or Tier 4 companies. Why, sir? What's your advice for those people?
See, I told you, right, my first job was something 6,000 rupees. That was in 1 BHK apartments. At least it will, don't restrict yourself from, I will join only, let's say, a big MNC like a Siemens G or a Philips. You have to, for you to get visibility of what is happening in those kind of companies, right, you need to get into the field. For you to get into the field, just take whatever work that's in the field, just take it right now. once you start meeting customers, once you start visiting hospitals, which is basically be a field job, right? I mean, there you will get to know who's doing what, who's hiring. I'll tell you one good thing. No, once you cross a certain, let's say, experience level in biomedical, you don't have to apply for jobs. People will start calling you for jobs, and you don't have to negotiate 30%, 40%, or 50%. People will say, I'm ready to offer you maybe 100%, 150%. It is crazy. I mean, whoever stays strong for 6 7 years, I mean, the kind of growth you have beyond a certain level is unimaginable. Not your softwares cannot get you there. So don't restrict yourself from tier 2. I mean, don't restrict yourself from all the big MNCs. If there is anyone who's ready to give you a job, let's say 10,000, 12,000, just take it. 6 months into the job, you will know, because you will start meeting new people who are more closer to a career than before. Then you can just, that's what happened to me. And I'm sure there are a few more guys who have joined Siemens who have actually come as lateral hires, we have recruited from the field. I see, for example, I go visit some, let's say, I go to Apollo or some hospital tomorrow, then one of you guys are waiting there. If you're open enough, you're smart enough, you would generally try to get what he's doing and stuff. You should normally get into a conversation and then maybe exchange your numbers, get their card or ping them in LinkedIn. And if there is a job opportunity, right? I mean, then you ask for it and then you try and you apply for it. That's how it works.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir. Could you please guide me on where to send the resume? Also, what are the key aspects or basic that HRs typically look for when selecting candidates from their resumes?
Okay, that's a good question. So what you have to do is, right, I mean, every company has, okay. So there is a page called Michael page. You guys are talking about, I don't recruit from Naukris and stuff. I recruit from Michael page. It's called Michael, MICHAEL page. So you go get your, talk to someone, Michael page, explore about the opportunities you're looking for. And then what happens is you create a good resume. So what, as a HR, so right now what happens, right? The kind of hiring also have changed. So HRs come into the picture at the very end. So whenever I want someone to be in my team, right, I kind of look for, I put it up in LinkedIn, or else I would have seen someone in the field. And then I get your resume, I directly talk to you, reach out to you. And then what we typically see, look for candidates, right? Someone who's field ready. I mean, maybe even 6 months experience, has good communication skills, and who's mobile. You normally have to travel. I mean, this kind of a job, I mean, the world is becoming shorter and shorter. You have to travel. So be mobile, be ready to travel anywhere, be ready to relocate anywhere, wherever. You can eventually come back and settle down in your Chennai or Bangalore or whatever. And then communication, good communication, and very prompt communication, neat, crisp, simple communication, and be industry ready. Instead of waiting for a dream job for 6 months, get into some job, do mistakes, learn, be. One thing is, nobody is perfect. Don't even shy away, or I may not be correct. Just don't think about all this. Just try, keep asking silly questions. It's okay. I mean, you will eventually learn. That's how everybody has learned. Nobody is perfect.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir. What technology do you believe will have the greatest impact on biomedical science in the next few years?
It's we are in the middle of a AI revolution, to simply speak. AI is going to have the most impact, not just in biomedical, but in any industry, but I would say more specific in biomedical sciences. So ever since COVID had happened, right, artificial intelligence as a technology was always available. It was always very close to our human life. But what has happened after COVID, right, there is a need to treat more patients at a given time, and there is something called as communicable disease. COVID is kind of a communicable disease where, if you go near to the patient, then you will get infected. So in that kind of a scenario, what is ideal, or what someone would want is, can I stay away from the patient and still do a diagnosis? That's where artificial intelligence comes into the picture. So right now, from so right now you don't need a doctor to actually get a CT report. I mean, if you're perennially coughing, you are going to get a chest CT done. There are AI tools that are available which can actually pick up a lot of clinical information, and it can give a diagnosis on what could be the possible disease. Of course, there is a doctor who is looking and validating the output of AI, not taking the doctor out of the equation, but that is the kind of automation, and that is the kind of automation we're looking at. AI is definitely going to change a lot of things. Maybe in few years time, all this concept of having to mug up so many concepts, theories and stuff, and writing exams may not exist. AI, if I have to do one word, it's AI. I mean,
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable
Yes,
answer, sir.
yes, sir. I have one query, sir.
sure.
So, is there the internship is mandatory for the fresher hiring, sir, as a way of fresher need to enter into that company sites, entire companies. The direct hiring is going, sir, or only it will be taken from the intern or something, sir.
See, a bit unfortunate that all the top MNCs, right, they will have a guidelines of these are the specific colleges I would go and pick candidates from. So whenever we hire, right, we normally go to all these IITs, IIMs, and maybe at worst case NITs and stuff. But so that is one reason why you may not see most of the top companies. We actually don't conduct a lot of, let's say, campus interviews. But what they would do is, let's say there could be a lot of lateral opportunities. So one is campus hiring, another one is a lot of lateral hiring. Lateral hiring is where we would want to pick up someone who's very young. So when I joined Siemens, right, I was hardly 2021. I mean, 21 or somewhere around. Just give me yeah. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll come. Yeah. So when I look at lateral essays, that's also say keep industry ready is its internship a necessary criteria for hiring. Absolutely no. What is more important is good language is very important. I mean, because you will be traveling across the country, you will also meeting you at the end of the day, we will be meeting a lot of sophisticated people, right, from the industry, doctors, researchers, scholars and stuff. So good language, technically being sound, those will have more weightage than anything else. And of course, being technically, I mean, being mobile, willing to relocate to any place, it will be a even bigger criteria than all this internship and stuff. But don't allow any gaps in your resume. That's more important. Just get into some job, learn something new, even it's for 3 months or 6 months. Instead of doing let's say an online course, be on the field, do it for real, learn it from real. That's how you gain experience.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your really interactive session, sir, and then lot of guidance to the students and then ours also, sir. Thanks for once again accepting our invitation in your busy schedule, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Thank you. And I hope I at least maybe made something that's useful for you guys. You guys have a really wonderful career. Be sure about what you're doing. Stay focused. I mean, try to learn as much as possible, and you can reach out to a lot of guys in LinkedIn. Right now, I told you there are 2 opportunities. Maybe whoever is interested in Madurai and Chennai can share your resumes. I'll have a look. I can have a look at it. So you wish you good luck to everyone. So you all have a really wonderful career ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Next, I call upon Ms. Dhanusha, biomedical trainer from ATHEENAPANDIAN Private Limited. Next, invite our chief guest.
Thank you, sir. It's my honor to introduce our chief guest today, Mr. Surya Narayana Ravi, sir. He is a talented research and development engineer at Spoven Technologies, where they specialize in medical devices and manufacturing and engineering innovations. He holds a bachelor degree in biomedical engineering from Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College, where he developed a strong foundation in the principles of engineering and technology. His academic excellence is completed by his role as a IEEE EMBC student coordinator reflecting his commitment to advance the field of biomedical engineering. At Small Technologies, Mr. Ravi sir brings a wealth of expertise in circuit design, electrical systems, and systematic troubleshootings. He is proficient in various technologies, including MATLAB and Python, who he utilized for an advanced data analysis and developing graphical user interface. His skills in PID control system and image processing technique, making him a key player in driving innovations within the medical instrumentation. Today, we are privileged to have Mr. Surya Narayan Ravi sir with us. He insights experience in R&D will surely inspire us all. Please join me in extending the warm welcome to Esteemed Chief Guest Mr. Surya Narayana Ravi sir to convey the valuable thoughts about the quality management system. Welcome you, sir.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. Participant, kindly wait. Our chief guest will shortly join.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Now it's audible,
Now
sir.
I am audible. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah, it's okay, sir. No problem, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I am Surya. I am a hardware engineer at Spawn Technologies Private Limited in Bangalore. I am honored to be here today as a guest speaker at South Indian Biomedical Industrial Conference organized by ATHEENAPANDIAN. And I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the institution and organizer for bringing me together and for giving me this opportunity to speak on the topics that are the vital importance in medical device industry. Previously, Dinesh Babu said about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the best platform to search job. Every students can use that. Okay, now I want to let me share some slides here. Is my slide is visible?
Yes, sir. Slide is visible, sir.
Okay. And today I will discuss quality management system in biomedical sector. Throughout my presentation, I will cover the fundamental concept of QMS and its components and standards, implementation strategies and benefits. Yeah. And open students, do you know what is medical device? Anyone? It's okay, I will explain. A medical device is any instrument that is intended for the use in diagnosis, prevention, and monitoring the treatment. It is not any instrument. It's apparatus, implement, machine, or software, and anything. That is that's intended purpose is used in diagnostic and prevention and monitoring the treatment, monitoring or treatment. The device ranges from our spectacles to complex machinery such as the MRI machines. And in biomedical field, medical devices are designed to improve the health outcomes and must adhere to set quality standards to ensure their safety and effectiveness. The intended use of the medical device refers to the purpose of which the device is designed and includes the information about the condition which is intended to be used, its functionalities, and any specific populations for which whom is intended. And anyone know about quality management system? Why QMS is for medical device? Yes, a medical device for diagnostic and preventing the disease. Anyone knows about why QMS is for medical device? It's okay, I will explain. Yeah, QMS is mandatory for every biomedical engineer. Yes, it's a quality assurance and regulatory affairs. QMS is a structured system that outlines the process, procedures, and responsibilities necessary for effective quality management system used to maintain the quality assurance. Yeah, it's right, correct. And does anybody knows about what is the QMS ISO standards? Everyone. Shiv Anbu. Yes, 13485. 13485 is specifically for its internationally standard specified requirements only for quality management system. It's okay. In biomedical engineering, a QMS is essential for ensuring the compliance with regulatory requirements and managing risk and enhancing the product quality. The QMS encompasses the organization policies and objectives which guide all the quality related activities. 9001, that also quality management system that is for not all, but ISO 13485 is specifically for medical device. You're right, Google. And key components of quality management system. Quality policy and quality objectives, documentation, process controls. And these are the key components. In quality policy, this is a formal statement from management that demonstrates the organization commitment to the quality. It sets the tone for the device means that's intended use that is comes under this here. In quality objectives, these are the specific measurable goals that aligns with the quality policy. And documentation. Documentation is crucial and includes the quality manuals and SOPs, is a standard operating procedure and records of process outcomes. This ensures that everyone understand the quality standards and practice. And process control. This is the component involving defining and monitoring the process to ensure they operates effectively. And quality checks can be implemented at the various stages of manufacturing process, ensuring in compliance with standards. And these components create the foundation for maintaining the quality throughout the product lifecycle. It is essential to recognize that the elements are not static. They require a regular review and updates to adapt the changes in technology, regulations, and organizational goals. And have you seen these logos before? These are the standards and regulations. Yes, Naveen. Do you know
Yes,
why?
in all the biomedical equipments. All the
Can you?
manufacturing equipments, like they should have this ISO as well as FDA, Europe MDR, EU MDR.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
TDS too. So EU, Indian one.
Yes. In ISO 13485 is specifically for quality management system, and whatever the quality management system that is equal to risk management. That's ISO 14971. This is also specifically for medical device. ISO 14971 is this is a standard focusing on application of risk management to medical device. It providing the framework for identifying the hazards and estimating and evaluating the risk and implementing the controls through the life cycle of the entire medical device. For example, when we develop a new device, you might conduct a risk assessment to identify the potential hazards and establish the control and mitigate those risks. Yeah, first of all, we need to fail the device, and that is comes under the risk management. What are the ways to fail the device? It's all these things are comes under. And then after that, what is the root cause analysis? And after that, we mitigate those risks. After that only, it will everything should be documented and as a hazard file. That also comes under 14971. And FDA and EU MDR and CDSEO. FDA for Food and Drug Administration, it's only in US, and EU MDR in Europe, and that's a medical device regulation, and CDSCO, the Central Drug Standard Control Organization in India. This is essential ensuring that medical devices are safe and effective for their intended use. Each of these bodies has a specific requirements that manufacturers must meet to obtain the market approval. Understanding and adhering these standards are not only enhance the product quality, but also build trust with our customers and users. Yeah, all these medical devices are used in only hospitals. If they certify, all medical devices have a certified in 13485 and 14971. And how to implement the QMS implementation. The implementation of QMS. And the steps or implementations are conducting gap analysis. Gap analysis assess the current practice against the desired standards and identify the areas for improvement and create a roadmap for implementing. And defining process and responsibilities, it's a clearly outline each process involved in the product life cycle and assign the roles to ensure the accountability. And training staff and stakeholders, it provides a comprehensive training to ensure everyone understand their roles within the QMS and importance of quality management system, and conducting workshop, specific quality tools like ISO 13485 and 14971, and that can help the staff grasp practical applications. If we made a medical device means, we should first go through that ISO 13485 document and 14971 document also. After that you do that, start manufacture the device. And tools and techniques, Six Sigma. Six Sigma is a data-driven approach aimed to reduce the defect and improve the quality by identifying and eliminating the causes of errors. And PDCA Act. PDCA is the Plan, Do, Check Act, and cyclic promoting continuous improvement. By implementing PDCA, organization can plan the changes, execute them, and check their effectiveness and act on what they learn. And FMEA, failure mode effect analysis. These all comes under risk management. A structured approach for identifying the potential failure modes, which process and prioritizing them based on the impact and likelihood. For instance, in developing them, for developing an infusion pump, FMEA might potential issues like incorrect dosage delivery and prompt the team to implement the quality controls, and mitigate the risk. And VNV is the verification and validation, and this is the major important thing. Verification ensures that product meets the design specification, while validation ensures the device meets the need of the user in real world condition. Understanding the difference between verification and validation is critical, and verification answers the question, are we building the product right? While the validation answers, are we building the right product? Mm, in development of the new diagnostic device, a verification might involving in checking the device operates as intended, and validation would involve in clinical trials to confirm its effectiveness. If we made a device means we in R&D phase, it's everything is checked in organization only. In that is in verification. In verification, they just checking is the sensor is working fine, and is biocompatibility, and what is the intended use, and everything are here. And validation, yeah, if we that is going to the hospital, and is this it is suitable for patient life, it won't affect the patient, what is the intended use and benefits of QMS in biomedical device. It's improved product quality. Improved product quality. It's a consistent quality leads to better patient outcomes. Device that undergoes the rigorous quality checks tends to have a lower failure rates and clinical settings. In increased efficiency, the streamlined process reduce the waste and errors, resulting in cost saving and faster time to market. And documentation process, for example, can lead significant reductions in administrative workload. Enhanced customer satisfaction, meeting or exceeding the customer expectations is the first trust and loyalty. And satisfied healthcare providers and patients are more likely to recommend our products and positively impacting the market share. Risk management. A robust QMS helps in identifying the potential risk early, allowing the organization to mitigate them proactively. In case any issues in R&D phase means R&D phase or preclinical validation means that should be mitigate what are the risk, what is the root cause analysis and 5 whys. The root cause analysis, we have to find what is the root cause, and we have to mitigate those risks in R&D phase itself. This is not only protect the company from the potential liabilities, but also safeguards the patient safety. And in final, everyone, and this is just an overview of quality management system. I'm not covering the entire part. It's just an overview. QMS and risk management. See, every biomedical engineer should know about these things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable session regarding quality management system, sir.
Yes, Manoj.
Participant, if you have any doubts, kindly ask to the sir. Sir, I have one doubt, sir. What are the how to improve our skills in quality management system, sir, and how to learn?
In Udemy, have a lot of courses in courses for 13485 and 14971. You can better to choose course in just a 500 rupees. Otherwise, you can go to TUE SUD certified courses also there, and BSI certified courses also there. That are two expense. But if you want to learn about QMS basics means, better to choose Udemy. And you can download ISO 13485 PDF documents.
Okay, sir.
You can
Thank
go
you,
through
sir.
those. Come again, Manoj?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you give some of the suggestions to the students in final years and then seeking for the job, sir?
First, in seeking job, first they need to improve their resume and their LinkedIn profile. How many of you have a LinkedIn profile? Yeah, mostly all of have. Yes. How many are they regularly updating their skills in the certifications, everything in your LinkedIn profile? Yes. Everyone need to update regularly their LinkedIn profile and viewing for seeking jobs, and you can directly contact with the HRs in LinkedIn. Otherwise, Naukri is the best platform. And what if it's a startup? It's feasible to follow the QMS entirely. If you work in startups, don't hesitate to join in startups. But in startup, you have to learn a lot of things. Not only in R&D, you can learn about a quality management system, and whatever electronics and codings and everything you can learn in startup. If you had a 2 years experience in startup, or in third year and final year, students can join intern, try to get a job intern in startups. Then better to improve your skills in lot of ways. If you fixed in a coding, if you are interested in coding, somebody interested in R&D, somebody interested in regulatory affairs. If you entered into the startup, you can go through all these things. So better to join in startups in first 2 years.
Okay, sir. And then another one question, sir, I have.
Yeah.
What are the skills that are expected from the industry side, sir, as a fresher?
As a fresher, that depends upon company's requirements. If you want in a regulatory affairs space, means everyone should know about ISO certifications. Not only certifications, they should know about ISO standards. If you go into the R&D phase, means its programming skills is mandatory. If you go into that topmost company, means they should know about C and C++ is mandatory.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Participants, if you have any other doubts also, kindly ask or put it in the chat box. Sir, can you share about your career, sir, at the start of your career, and then what are the pathway, and then what are the struggles you can face during your career time? Can you share, sir?
I'm also working in startup only, so it's Swarm Technologies. I joined in after completing my third year, completing my sixth semester. I joined here. In here, I don't know about. I'm only interested in regulatory affairs only. But in here, I started to working in R&D phase, R&D instrumentation, and after that, I go through about some image processing techniques. And moving forward with regulatory affairs. These are a lot of the things.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And then another 3 more questions is there, sir, in the chat box. Should we follow the QMS to develop a product, or should we develop a product then change the requirement according to the ISO?
No. First of all, we need to understand the ISO document. After that, only we need to proceed to start a device, develop a product.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And then another question, sir. Sir, you told about coding, sir. What kind of coding we have to learn, sir?
They need to learn about embedded systems. Every medical device have a embedded systems. That embedded systems comes under C programming and C, C++, and C. That's thing. And MATLAB also comes under here.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And then one more question, sir.
Yeah.
I had applied most of the companies in Naukri and LinkedIn, but there is no response from there. What we do contact the HR, sir?
In Naukri and LinkedIn, and they're using that specific software, that is a ATS software. What are the company requirements means they mention their job description. First of all, before applying the job, you need to optimize your resume. And depends upon the job requirements. In job requirements, they mentioned, for example, regulate not an R&D means, and they need a C developer. C and Python developer is required means that resume only shortlisted, and that is everything is comes under ATS software. Then before you need to change your resume, and after before applying the job.
Thank
That
you,
is
sir.
to getting the job.
And then another one question, sir.
Yeah.
What kind of government job opportunities are available in regulatory affairs, sir?
Regulatory affairs, CDSCO. And this comes under everything, documentation and regular audits, internal and external audits comes under here.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir.
Yeah.
How can organizations share knowledge and experience related to QMS to foster industry-wide improvement?
Industry-wise, first of all, you need to go through that quality management system and what are their requirements in industries, and they every industries have a product. Depends upon the every product have a this ISO certificate, ISO risk management and quality management certification. If you have that entire skills in that certifications, in the entire skills in QMS and risk management, they will directly contact you for job, and it's a complete growth in this space.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your answer, sir. And then another question, sir.
Yeah.
Will you tell about the government opportunities for the biomedical engineering?
Government opportunities, I am not sure, but it is available. It's available in hospitality and regular audits in hospitals, and that also everything comes under QARA and documentation, patient data handling. This all comes under here.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir. Can you share about any professional bodies or association for regulatory affairs field, sir?
Professional bodies means they US FDA and EU MDR, CDSCO, Health Canada, HC. These all are, but everyone, everything comes under every countries depend. They have specific regulatory bodies, and now India have a CDSCO, but everything's international standards. That's ISO 13485. Every regulatory bodies comes under these things.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir. What is the basic salary should we expect when we are entering the industry?
First of all, before entering into the industry, don't expect the salaries. First of all, you need to develop your skills first. If you get a job in a tier 1 tier 1 companies means, and they give and don't expect they give a more salaries, and don't go into that higher salaries. First, you need to, if it is no without stipend, first of all you need to try the internship. That internship you have to gain a more knowledge. Depends upon your knowledge, you can expect your salary.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir.
Yeah.
What are the diverse job roles within biomedical engineering, and what essential skills are key to excelling in each?
Diverse job roles in biomedical engineering. The programming is the must in every industries. Programming skills like C, C++, and Python is now developing, and MATLAB also mandatory. But everything is comes under C programming itself. And you have to know about risk management and medical instrumentation and electronics, electronic knowledge, and PCB design.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir. Is medical coding related to the biomedical field, and how it impact healthcare data management, sir?
Medical coding, anyone can do medical coding. If you do a 1 month course means, that person also can directly go into the medical coding. but that is not recommended. But in how does it impact in healthcare data management? But every patient have a lot of data. If every hospital, if each patient goes into their outpatient or for their treatment, they need to collect their personal data and what are their health data. Everything should comes under this. They need to manage a lot of data analysis and what's the if you had a cancer, we can mitigate those things in the with these data.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question from Sivan, sir. In a startup environment where resources are limited, how would you prioritize the implementation of the different components of a QMS to ensure compliance while minimizing operational strain? Can you identify which area of the QMS might present the greatest risk to patient safety if not adequately implemented, and how you would mitigate those risks?
That is the root cause analysis. In here, Shiva and Bu, how would you prioritize the implementation of different components in QMS ensure the compliance while limited resources is not such a thing, but yeah, that depends upon the company. But we have to mitigate the risk in R&D phase itself. First of all, we have to fail the system from our side. If you developed one product means it is working fine, don't think like that. If it is if the product is there means first of all you have to what is that high temperature if it is working, or cold temperature in high altitudes, is this working, is this device is working fine or not, and that's everything comes under risk management. First of all, you have to directly what are the ways to fail the device and find the root cause for that. And in that phase itself, you can mitigate those risks. Yeah, after that only it will goes to the now you developed that you have a you mitigate those risks, and after that again another possibilities to depends upon that usage. Drop test and every stress test should be happen on those devices.
Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir. LinkedIn
Yes.
asks for the money to message the company persons or HRs.
Yeah.
How can I make connections?
Yeah. If you want to join specific company means you directly connect with the HRs with add some notes in that connection. And if you mention clearly you are seeking the job, you have applied that job, and that the same HR you identified in LinkedIn means you can directly enter into the note before connecting, and add the note and send the connection request. Otherwise, LinkedIn ask premium membership for directly contact with the HR team. HR teams are any medical professionals. But in college days, you can use your college mail IDs to get this premium membership. You can try with your college mail IDs. Some colleges offers for the entire I think 6 months validity also there. Only in
Thank you, sir.
yeah.
And then another one question, sir. Most of the companies have multiple branches in different countries.
Okay.
So they should follow which regulations, sir?
If it is in if the company is in USA means they should follow US FDA. That depends upon the countries. They need to get the approval from FDA. If you are making the device in India means you should get approved from CDSCO. That's everything should be licensed. You have to buy every license. Whatever the countries is there, but ISO 13485 is common.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And then another one question, sir. In a rapidly evolving startup, developing a novel medical device, How would you integrate continuous improvement into your QMS without disturbing daily operation? Especially, how would you manage change control and post-market surveillance while maintaining agility in product development and responding to the real-time user feedback?
Okay. And first of all, before manufacturing the device, they should follow the quality management documentation. The documentation that mapping that every steps. Like if you're meeting that version 1 means in version 1 document it's the prototype document, prototype only. But in that prototype, what are all those things are there? That should be in continuously in R&D phase. And after that R&D phase, the devices comes into that market. After the market, you are working in the same device, you are updating the device. If you are updating the device means what are the changes are happens in that and those device. Then you have to add in that same QMS document. Don't release into that phase, but you are still testing. After that all test has been done, the document, that version 1 document can move into the version 2 document. Like wise, it won't affect that daily operations. Once the documentation complete, that time only your device will be released. Before it is still in that R&D phase only, prototype phase.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful answer, sir. And then another one question, sir. How would you establish an effective training program within your QMS to ensure that all employees are competent in their role regarding compliance with the quality standards, especially in a startup where team members might wear multiple hats? Additionally, how would you measure the effectiveness of the training in relation to product quality and regulatory compliance?
First of all, in the training, you need a basic understanding in QMS. Whatever the QMS there means, that is exactly equal to risk management. You have to go through the entire thing. After that only, every complaints should be happen here. All the employees and complaints, their roles regarding their complaints with quality standards, especially in startup, which where the team members are right. That's similarly before I said QMS and risk management, whatever is the equal thing, we have to mitigate those things. That everything should be in hazard documentation and risk management plan and risk chart analysis, and everything also comes under here. After that only that the entire product it is there in the hazard document itself. What are the root cause of the device, and if change it to the version 1 to version 2 means what is the update is there, or everything comes under the regulatory compliance. Yes. Yes, Manoj.
Yes, sir. And then another one question, sir. It is the larger process to get the QMS certificate for the startup, sir. And then it is any amount or charges to pay for the QMS certificate, sir.
Yes. We have to pay amount for QMS certifications.
Okay, sir. And then it is
you have to verify your device and everything. It's a preclinical validation. If it passes the entire thing, after that only you will get that certificate. If you're making a medical device means that intended use should be met. After that, that should not harm to users or patients. After that only you will get QMS certifications, and this is a large process. Not only for startup, for every medical industries.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable answer to all the questions and then patience, sir.
Yes, no,
and then we get the lots of knowledge about QMS and then lots of questions from the participants, and then we will get the lots of knowledge to us, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation, sir.
Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I call upon Mr. Mohammed Sagil, Senior Training Officer, and then Senior Researcher and a Biomedical Trainer of ATHEENAPANDIAN Private Limited, to introduce our chief guest.
Yes, thank you, Manoj. So very good evening, one and all present here. So students, faculty members, and industry professionals, I welcome you once again. It's my honor to introducing our next industrial resource person, Ms. Shakti Ravisundar ma'am. So she got a gold medalist from Satyabama University, and she served as a research assistant in a startup, and also ma'am served as a business development executive at IBIS Medical Equipment, and also currently the Sakti Ravisundar ma'am working as a group manager in medical company. So again, once again, welcome you, ma'am. It's honor to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Am I audible, sir? Yes, you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am. It's
Okay.
audible, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you, Mr. Sahil, for having me here. And this is Shakti Ravisuda. So yesterday, I'll just start with a short story, okay? So yesterday, my neighbor, a little neighbor, she's just 10 years old. She just came to me with a smile on her face, and she showed me a paper. And she said, my English teacher asked me to write a imaginary story about how the sea got its waves, and she got applauded for that story. So here the story goes. A little girl near the seashore lives near the seashore with her parents. She likes to dance every day near the seashore since it's very calm. Imagine, since it is very calm and peaceful and serene, she started dancing, practicing every day near the seashore. So the sea sees it every day, the girl's dancing. So the sea got inspired from the girl, and it went to God and asked, God, may I dance like her? And God said, why do you want to dance? The sea said, seeing that girl dance every day is lighting me up. I have a smile on my face. So I want to do the same with me. Whoever people sees me, I want them to smile. Hearing that, God smiled and said, yes, you can dance. So sea was very happy, and every day with the girl, the sea started to dance. So that is how the sea got its waves. So studying that story, I was very happy. A 10-year-old was very creative, and she was able to come up with such a story. So what I'm trying to say here is, don't lock up your ideas. Give life to your thoughts. Okay? So incorporate your academic knowledge, your other knowledge, and develop something so that you can save millions of lives. So today I'm going to talk about emerging trends in biomedical engineering and my research experiences. So though we didn't learn much about divination like Harry Potter, but we are predicting that this is going to be the future of biomedical engineering. So I'll share my screen. Let's start. Can you see, sir? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible, ma'am.
Okay. So yes, the topic is future of biomedical engineering. So these are the emerging trends in biomedical engineering. So first, integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning, biomaterials, tissue engineering, nanotechnology, genomic engineering, point of care diagnostics. First, let's get into integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So though Elon Musk says artificial intelligence is very dangerous and you will lose your job, it is inevitable. We cannot deny that. So indulging artificial intelligence in the healthcare can bring tremendous opportunities So one such good example I can give you is that precision medicine. So what is precision medicine? Can anyone tell me if you know? Any idea about it?
Yes, from they will made a special medicines for the individuals, which is will be shooting for the temperature and that environment.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your response. Okay, so I'll talk about the precision medicine. So precision medicine, it uses technology actually to guide. So actually, it is a tailor-made healthcare for individuals. You will take into consideration their diet, their physical activity, their environmental factors, and how is their health and everything. Taking into consideration, you will prescribe a healthcare process. So that is what you call precision medicine. Then we have something called deep learning models. So, as you know, AI is taking over the industry. So, this one good example I can give you is analyzing of imaging techniques. For example, neural networks. Neural network is a deep learning model. So, that is helping to analyze the different imaging techniques like CT, MRI, and X rays. So, they are also very widely used in cancer detection. So, these are the two examples that I can give you. Then you can go for point of care diagnostics. So yesterday, I think Krishna sir really explained it well. So diagnostic, point of care diagnostic is something like you can say diagnostic at your step. So this has been with us for so many years. For example, a thermometer in your at your house, and a blood glucose monitor, blood pressure monitor, all these are examples for point of care diagnostics. So one good example which is emerging now is wearable devices. So what are those wearable devices? Patient can connect these gadgets and they can check their health records. For example, you can check your BP, you can check your heart rate, you can check your oxygen level, you can check how many steps that you take every day. So these are called wearable devices. So next one, I will talk about something called genomic engineering. So what is genomic engineering? So there is a difference between genetic engineering and genomic engineering. So genetic engineering is where you will study about a single gene, whereas genomic engineering is the entire gene of a human body. So here you can get a pharmacogenomics. So what is that? So that is a combination of pharmacology and genomics. So pharmacology, as you know, is a study of drugs, and genomic is a study of genes, entire genes. So combining these two will help you to understand how the genes, how the, for example, medicine is influencing the patient's. So, for example, the clinician will be able to understand how the medicine is reacting on patient's body. So that was the main reason why pharmacogenomics is gaining strength nowadays. So one logo is that. So you can provide right drug at the right dose at the right time for the right patient. So this is what pharmacogenomics is all about. And then nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is not new to us. It has been in this industry for so many years, and even now it's gaining importance because of tremendous opportunities it creates. So one such opportunity is nanorobots. So nanorobots, it's just in like 150 to 300 nanometer size, will help you to deliver drugs, and it performs various cancer detection activities and other therapeutic activities as well. So these nanorobots are, it really helps you in as a biomarker, and it also helps you to understand how drug is working in your body. Then we can go with something called transdermal patches. So what is
Ma'am,
transdermal patches? So
ma'am, I think the slide in the third slide, ma'am,
third
is
slide,
not moving. Yeah, ma'am.
it
It
stops,
is
sir.
not moving.
Oh, okay. I'll share it again. So just a minute.
Yeah, ma'am.
You can see now, sir.
Yeah, ma'am. Now it's visible.
Okay, so it's I think in nanotechnology slide has not seen. Now it's visible.
Yeah, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you.
Okay, so I was talking about nanorobots. So now let's get into something called transdermal patch. So these are patches that is sticked on your skin, will deliver drug directly to the skin and to the bloodstream. So these transdermal patches are gaining importance nowadays because it does not require any complex thing to deliver drugs. Okay, so one good example I can give you is that a researcher from Nanyang University, that is University of Singapore, has come up with this transdermal patch for anti-obesity. So there are so many transdermal patches for anti-aging also, and for pain relieving and everything. And so then you have something called miniaturization, and you know what is miniaturization? To bring something which is huge to a small thing. You remember how computer was in 1800s, and you know how it is now. So that is what you call miniaturization. We like when it is small. So miniaturization is, again, it's easy to use. It's very, of course it's expensive, but it's easy to handle, and it gives you a quick results. So miniaturization is again gaining importance. Then the next slide is about biomaterials and tissue engineering. So one example I can give you is that organ on a chip. So this is
Ma'am,
an example.
once again, ma'am, ma'am, the slide is not moving. It is in
Oh,
nanotechnology.
I don't know what is
Okay.
happening. Now it's now you can see, sir.
No, ma'am.
No. Now, sir.
No, ma'am, it is not visible, ma'am.
Oh, sorry, guys. Just let me check what is happening.
Yeah, no problem, ma'am. You can check.
Yes, sir. Now it's visible. Nanotechnology.
Yeah, ma'am. Now it's visible, ma'am, in nanotechnology department.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nuran.
Thank, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. So yeah, it's visible. I hope biomaterials and tissue engineering. So yes. So it's organ on a chip. As the name suggests, what a chip is a very small thing. So what you do is that you design an organ that is similar to your organ on a chip to study how it is effective, to study its physical, its physiological, and its mechanical activity. So organ on a chip is very, very important to learn how the drug is working, how even you can understand how what is a reaction that you can obtain from that. So that is what you call organ on a chip. And then we have something called bioprinting. Bioprinting, again, yesterday, sir said it. So I'll just give you a glimpse of it. Bioprinting is a combination of 3D printing and biomaterials. So that what it actually does is that it resembles the human tissue, human body, and human cells. So it's kind of creating an organ. So this is an example. The image that you view, that is an example for bioprinting, through which you can understand again how the drug is delivered, and you can very well use it in personalized medicine also. I think you can view the customization slide. Can anyone tell me, please?
No, ma'am. It is in biomaterial and tissue engineering side only.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, thank you. Now you can view, sir? No.
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay. What is happening? Very sorry, guys. Just give me. Yes. So it's customization. Can view, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
Yes. Okay, sir. So the next slide is about customization. So customization is very important to understand the patient need. So you are tailoring the and designing the product based upon the needs of the patient. So one good example I can give you about customization is Stephen Hawking's wheelchair. I think it's one of its kind. He literally used it till his last breath. Like he was diagnosed with ALS, sclerosis, for when he was just 20 years old, and he was in the wheelchair from then. So he started customizing his wheelchair depending upon his needs. He was able to write, he was able to speak, he was able to interact with the environment. So this is one good example that I can give you for customization. Yes. So you can view this, right? The slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So finally, so these are the emerging trends in biomedical engineering. So I would like to speak a few words about my research. Actually, this would give you an idea to how to start a research on something. So I would like to share something about my research. So I have started this research when I was in a final year student as a biomedical engineer. Actually, this was for a final year project. So I chose Parkinson's disease because I'm very much interested in neuroscience. So my research is based on this. So, Parkinson's disease is a neurological disorder where a patient is undergoing something that is not, you'll not be able to move, you'll not be able to use your hands, you will not be able to write properly, you'll not be able to speak properly. So, they will, there is motor impairment in them. So, that is what Parkinson's disease is all about. So what I thought is that, but the reason behind Parkinson's disease, what is the cause, is not found yet. So I thought I can do something to find what is the cause behind Parkinson's disease. So then I started researching. Then I started reading so many articles. There I came across three such articles which I noted here. Every year, 70,000 Americans are diagnosed with PD. American diet lacks vitamin C and E. Coffee and tobacco consumers are the least affected by PD. So these are the summary of the articles that I read. And it was very interesting for me. And I thought somehow the other way it is interconnected. So I started researching about this. And so finally I came to the conclusion that, Americans are diagnosed most every year with PD and they lack vitamin C and E. Can anyone tell me, is there any connection that you can figure out with these 3 points? At least something that comes up in your mind, that pops up in your mind when you read these sentences. Okay, so then I'll tell me what popped in my head when I was in my final year. So this was just okay. So American diet lack vitamin C and E. So vitamin C and E are antioxidants. Okay, so which means their diet lack antioxidants. First, I'll tell you how the Parkinson's disease is created. There is something called dopaminergic neurons in your midbrain. So these neurons produces dopamine, which is helping in motor activities. So for Parkinson's patients, these dopaminergic neurons die, and that is the reason why they are into motor impairments, which means like they don't have dopamine in their body, sufficient dopamine in their body. Why is this happening? Because oxidation takes place. Oxidation is taking place, and that is converting into free radicals, which is preventing it the formation of dopamine. So here we need something called antioxidant to prevent the formation of free radicals. So I think now you can correlate. So vitamin C and E are antioxidants, and every year 70,000 Americans are diagnosed with PD because they don't have antioxidants, sufficient antioxidants in their body. So I think first two you can relate it. Final something called that is called coffee and tobacco consumers are the least affected by PD. And this is something like everyone, whenever I present my research, everyone was curious about this point. How can them become least affected by PD? Because coffee has a very rich antioxidant compound called quercetin in it, and tobacco has a very rich antioxidant compound called nicotine in it. So these are antioxidant. So that is why people who are drinking 3 to 4 cups of coffee every day, or they use tobacco every day, are least affected by PD. See, I'm not just saying you can drink coffee as much as possible. You can have tobacco and just saying these patients are least affected by PD. They will get affected by so many other diseases. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying these people are least affected by PD. So in conclusion, I came to conclusion that antioxidant plays a pivotal role in protecting the dopaminergic neurons. So these are protecting the neurons. So then dopaminergic neurons produces dopamine, and that results in a good motor activity. So this is what my first research is all about. And then I have another research. So that is the second part of my research. Guys, anyone have any doubts till now? I'll just uh, share my research little later. Is it boring? Can you just tell me? Is it fine if I go with my research again? Like, one more slide is left.
Yeah, ma'am, you can go with the next slide, miss.
Okay,
Everything
okay.
is okay, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is the final slide, okay? So this is the second part of my research. So first part entirely relies on life science, and second part it relies on electronics. So that is to create a device. So Parkinson's disease patients are subjected to tremors in the sense, so like shivering in their hands and legs. So that is the reason why they are not able to use their hands, and that is the reason why they are not able to walk straight. So, in order to reduce the tremor and in order to reduce their pain and they improve their muscular activity, I have thought of designing a device called anti-tremor device. This device is composed of two things. One is a cuff, another was a wristband. So this is a good example for wearable devices that I talked earlier. So a wristband is composed of a till sensor that is connected with a Bluetooth. So a patient is wearing till sensor. When he is subjected to tremor, the till sensor will sense the angle variation, and that would send a signal to the person nearby, to your kith and kin. Okay, so then you can wear the cuff. Cuff is equipped with a massager and an EMG sensor. So here massager plays a great role. I believe massage would help in increasing the muscular activity in Parkinson's disease patients. So that is the reason why I incorporated massage with an EMG sensor. So EMG sensor will detect the frequency, the muscular activity of the patient, and that would tell so what is the threshold to be fixed in the massager, and that would start giving massage. That would enhance the muscular activity of a patient. So this is what I tried in doing. So actually, this is in the process of getting patent actually, and I obtained the I went to a neuro clinic. I worked on few patients, and I used EMG sensors to check their muscular activity. Then I did, but still work is there. But we have applied for the patent. So this is what anti-tremor device is all about. So yes, thank you so much. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable session regarding what are the technologies in the biomedical field, and then starting with the beautiful story, ma'am. And then two projects is very useful for us to know about that, ma'am. Participants, if you have any doubts, kindly ask or put it in the chat box.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. I have one doubt, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so most of the as a fresher, some students are enter into the business development executive interns or business development operation side. So instead of several job roles were available at biomedical, but as a way of completing the bachelor's degree, so how these kind of roles are more available and get an awareness about this kind of the roles, and what is the basic thing to get entered into that as a way of fresher for the students, ma'am? Can you share your suggestion, ma'am?
So you're asking me about business development executive, how a fresher can enter into as a business
Yes,
development. Yes, sir.
yes, of course, ma'am.
Okay, okay, sir. So business development executive, actually, I was a fresher when I entered in as a business development executive. I worked as a research assistant when I was in third year. So that was a startup. So I didn't consider that as a fresher one. So when I entered, actually, I gave up an interview. I didn't know nothing about business development executive, but trust me, when you get into a company, there are so many good people around you. They would help you to understand the process, and they would help you. But you have to be very studious enough to understand what they're saying, and you have to be very sincere to get the things that they are telling you. So that is a main thing that I would tell you. So because freshers, what we read in college is totally different, and what we are applying in the field, so that is totally different. I knew because I was a biomedical engineer, and I know how what it differs. What we read in college is completely different. So though it doesn't matter, you have to be fresh minded, you have to be narrow minded, sorry, you're broad minded to get things done in a way. So yes, sir. So as a business development executive, I was given an internship for 3 months, so where I was learning everything in my company. To then after 3 months, they assessed my performance. Only then I was able to get into a job. So as a fresher, no need not worry. Once you get into a job, you can learn everything there, and then you can do your job there.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable answer, ma'am.
Yes.
And then I have one question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
If a final year student means how to improve their skills in research and development?
Okay. Final year students, how to, okay. So, especially you would start researching for a project, right? Only with that pressure, you will start researching. So, one thing that I would like to tell you is that if you want to start your research, kindly have a goal, have a subject that you are interested in. For example, when I started my research, I took neuroscience because I was interested in neuroscience. So find out in which subject, in which domain you're interested in. There are so many domain in biomedical engineering, like tissue engineering, biomaterials, biomechanics, neuroscience, nanotechnology. There are so many, robotics. So first find out in which you're interested in. Then you study the articles, research articles every day, like Krishna Kumar sir said yesterday. Like you have to study so much, only then you'll end up in finding something. Then give a little time for that every day. Study about it. Please don't hurry up with your projects, because that is very important. That is what I learned. My final year project has really helped me in so many ways. So don't hurry up with your final year projects or any other project that you're doing. First, start with your good research. You start with something. For example, if you are as I in my case, if you are interested in neuroscience, take up a disease. There are so many diseases available, like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, Huntington disease. There are so many diseases available. You can choose a disease that you want. Then you can pick that particular topic and start researching, start reading articles. There are so many journals available, like Journal Biomedical Engineering, Nature of Biomedical Engineering, IEEE. There are so many such websites where you can read so many articles. So reading those articles, you'll understand, finally, at least you'll have some knowledge, and so that you will be able to innovate something.
Thank you, ma'am. And then I have another one question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Is there any experience to enter in the research and development sector, ma'am? Or with we have PhD degree, or only with a BE degree is enough, ma'am?
Actually, sir, in my case, I didn't do PG yet. I am planning to do PG. So, with UG, of course, you can enter into research, but you have to be very, very like you have to choose your goal. My research is my life. In that case, you can enter. But if you want to, take research as your life, I would suggest do your PG, your PhD, then get into it, because you will gain so much knowledge. So I personally prefer that, sir. Doing PG, then PhD, and getting into it. Even if you are a UG student, nothing matters. If you are very studious, very keen about research, you wanted to do something, you wanted to discover something or innovate something for the patients, for the people around you, with your passion, you can achieve anything.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable answer, ma'am. And
Okay.
then participants, if you have any questions, kindly ask to the ma'am. And then one question in your chat box, ma'am.
Okay.
Any sensor are used in the trimmer, ma'am?
Ma'am, any sensor are used in the tremor? Yes, sir. Rajeshwari. Sorry. Yes, ma'am. So for sensors, if you say, I used a tilt sensor, ma'am, for detecting the tremor. So the tilt sensor that I used is from RoboCraze. So that will detect the change in the angles. So when your hand is in particular angle and it start to vibrate for so long, that sensor will detect and that would give you. So tilt sensor is the most that is used, ma'am, especially for tremor detection.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable answer, ma'am. And then
Okay.
another one question, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Ways
Uh,
to get a job and what qualification are required? Share your experience and some ideas.
base. Okay. Which job you're talking about, Mukutan? Can you tell me, like, in which field you're asking? Okay, then I'll tell you about research and development since I am interested in it. Or the currently I'm working as a growth manager. So for that qualification, biomedical engineering is more than sufficient. So you, as I told you earlier, you can the companies provide internships, so you can learn everything there. I believe that you can learn everything there. After gaining experience, after gaining those knowledge from them, you will be able to perform well. So, if you want something in research and development, as I told earlier, I think you can try doing PG and then PhD. That would help you with your research and development. I hope I answered your question, Mukundan.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable answer, ma'am. Is
Yes, sir.
there any question? Ma'am, another one question, ma'am.
Yes.
If I choose research as my career or as my life, how to make income because I'm not strong financially?
Okay. I understand. Yes. Um, Thrillers. I don't know your name. Okay, fine. So if I choose research as my life, how to make income? Of course, sir, you can make income. You can get into some company as a research assistant. You can even work in a college as a assistant. You can even work in the research sector in hospitals. I think they pay well, though you cannot. Please don't expect your first salary to be more than 10,000 or 20,000, because that is how you start. That is a humble beginning. You know, all good things have a humble beginning, right? So, if you are really interested in research, please do carry your career in that research. Please don't think about income. I bet you, like, within 2 to 3 years you'll be able to earn a good income. So don't worry about it. Just you can do it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable answer, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
And then is there any question? And then one question, ma'am. I did work as research assistant NIT because of just UG. They not provided stipend.
Okay. Yeah, sir. And I know, even I worked as a research assistant in NIMHANS, Bangalore, but I didn't receive stipend. Yes, that's true. But yeah, you can gain experience from there. And that is the only thing I can tell you, because experience is such thing will help you to land in a job that pays you well. Okay, so NIT, I think you did an internship, I guess, as a research assistant. I think so. So that is the reason most companies and most colleges, though they don't pay, they don't provide stipend for internships. But you can gain experience, sir. I think that is more than enough. As a research starter, as a research oriented thing, that if you want to do something, I think experience is much needed. So don't worry about it. Please go on. And I know money is also important, for which I think you can carry on some freelancer jobs. For summing up with that, I think that would help. I hope that is okay with thrillers. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. And then there is no question in the chat box, ma'am. Thank you for our wonderful session, ma'am.
Thank you.
And then thank you for your acceptance, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much
Thank,
for providing me with this opportunity. Thank you, Adina Pandya Private Limited and Mr. Sahib. Thank you so much.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, I call upon Mr. Mohammed Sahil, training officer, senior researcher, and a biomedical trainer at ATHEENAPANDIAN Private Limited, to introduce our chief guest.
Yes. So I welcome to the Ramin Kumar sir, Ramin Kumar Wagasia sir. So I just introducing Shad profile. So he have an MTech in biomedical engineering from NIT Roorkela, Odisha, and Sam having the bachelor's degree in biomedical engineering from LD College of Engineering from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. And Sam also held the role of senior biomedical engineer, head of the department at GM ERS Medical College and General Hospital, Junagadh. Sam honored with an award from the Education Minister of Gujarat. Their expertise on the extends to the medical electronics and hardware design field. Sir, having the technical knowledge is behind the related to EEG, EMG, and ECG biological signals and areas to expand so much of artificial pancreas development for type 1 and type 2 diabetes patients. So I welcome once again, sir. So now the sir currently design as a position as a project associate from Indian Institute of Science from Bangalore. So again, I once again welcome you, sir. It's over to you, sir.
Thank you for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to talk here. Okay, let's start with our first PPT. Okay, I'll share my screen. I hope everyone, mostly from your side, having degree in having knowledge of biomedical engineering, right?
Yes, sir. Everyone from biomedical engineering.
Okay, okay. I think it's better to understand this next topics. So I can present now. Wait a second. Yes, as we have a topic of business ideas for young entrepreneurs. Uh, as this Mohammed already introduced me, so there is no need to introduce myself, right? So let's proceed with this our business ideas for young entrepreneurs. Is this slide visible? PPT visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, okay. So let's proceed with this. So you let's start with the basic introduction. As we know that biomedical engineering is an interdisciplinary field that applies engineering and life sciences principle to develop some technologies and solutions that improve healthcare, right? So it actually combines this engineering field combines some different regions like medical, like mechanical, electrical, chemical, and computational stuffs to make biology more advanced, particular for medicine and human physiology, right? And from that, using this combined knowledge of engineering and the biotechnology or life sciences, we can make some such valuable innovative products to help human society and for patients also, mostly for patients. Yeah. So this is the little introduction about as you already know, like, right? So let's move forward. Yeah, so for this business, for entrepreneurship, there is some key points to be noted actually. So here you see there is a different key points is here. So that should be remembered for any business ideas for recent young entrepreneurs. So first is the market search. So
So market search is like that when you are going for some research about any particular device, medical devices. So before you are planning to make some develop some medical devices, you have to do some market search. What kind of medical devices are available in the market, right? Uh, what are the features this medical device holds? Like I am example, I give you that infusion pump. Right, infusion pump is having like it's there is a lots of infusion pumps are available in the market, right? So, but they are mainly available with the automated delivery or some control delivery, manual entry delivery, right? You can make it as a phone enabled, means while you are uh, uh, far away from, means 2 or 3 kilometers, you can also operate that pump from your 2 3 kilometers distance away from that originally located pump, right? That can that features you should add, you should make as a uh, well novel feature, right? So this is a market search, means you before going for developing many particular medical device, you should check or analyze what are the features this device holds and what are the novelty that you should apply to that device that can help or to sell or market your you should sell that device to the market. So these are the 2 points, that market search, novelty, because novelty is main uh, topic, main point is that for medical devices. Before, because if you are someone is some company is making medical devices that has the same feature as you are making devices, then there is no then there is no competition with your both the devices. Matlab, you for from your developed devices or another company devices. So make sure that there is a competition with some novelty, and that novelty is not like just a simple little features like you just swipe a touch screen and the, cloud computing. It's not like that. You just add some diagnostic or therapeutic novelty, like some easiness, some non-invasive techniques, that kind of things. And the third point is the business potentials. Means you are now you done some market search, you have some novelty, uh, but before going to the market, you have to do some market potential. Market potentials like what are the regions that should that is you that market used your product, means like in hospital they are using, in some research labs they are using, some companies that want your medical device to do some collaboration with another stuffs and make their own some different ideas. So there is a business potential, means which region your device should be sell, in hospital, in research lab, like that, etc. In another point is the technology used, which technology are using. There are some just previously that meme said in 1800 there is a uh, computer is like a bigger one, and now you just see that there is a small mini desktop, you can keep it in the pocket also. That kind of PC is available, right? Now recently recently you see that there is a ring which is measuring the HR. You just heart rate, it's also available. So this is the technology used, means you have to use the technology that should be in a novel, and that should be and that also, that technology also should be a novel, so that in a recent, in the next years, that no one can uh, copy your ideas to make that device, right? And the final in the fifth point is that target audience. Which target audience, means you are only selling this product to patients only, to some means this product is going to be used by the uh, home user, what it calls not only the patients, but in general they are also using, right? If you as an example, you can take as a CGM sensor. CGM means continuous glucose monitoring sensor, that can be used by the only the diabetic patients also, and then the regular gym person also, because they have to monitor this glucose variation while they are doing this some gym gym and everything. So that can actually monitors the where is the glucose spike is happening. So there is a target audience for particular region, for what are the different particular devices. So, and there is one factor is that there is a B2C versus B2B, business to business to consumer and the business to business. There, after developing the medical device, you should sell where you should have to collaborate with some business to business. Means if you have a company as a Philips, if you are a Philips and you make some product like Philips make some EEG sensor, and Abbott make some wait. Let's give you some idea. Yeah, Abbott, real example. If Abbott actually makes the CGM sensor, right? And the Medtronic is selling the infusion pump. For infusion pump is for what? Insulin delivery. So they are combining together and make their device full integrated. So CGM actually records the glucose data, and including that using that glucose data, they compile some algorithm and they can automatically deliver the insulin to the human body. So they both the company can combine together. So business to business and business to commerce means directly from your company to you are selling the directly this CGM sensor to the patients. For patients also, the local the individual users also. So that is the key point that you have to notice. So now moving forward with some examples with including these key points to identify to know about how these points can be affected. So first is the wearable health devices. Here you see that some here in the right side. Wait a second. Okay, laser control. Here you see this is the wristband. This is sold by the Whoop, and this wristband you have seen in the Virat Kohli while they are playing cricket. This band helps to regulate their heartbeat, their physical activity, and everything. You just see this World Cup. They saw this wristband to wear by the Virat Kohli. This is actually helps their athletes' physical activity from while they are playing something. What are the changes they in their body can happen, and what are the upcoming if a person is going to be some disease or some getting some disease or some muscle fatigue or something that can be detected by this wristband. Actually they have to study before, and they have to make some algorithm and artificial intelligence including this that will give you alerts about it. So this is the wearable device that in wearable technology uh, with devices like smartwatches, fitness trackers, and some specialized health monitors like ECG, glucose, and blood pressure monitor. This kind of things that have to made. It comes under the wearable health devices. They have a business potentials in real time health monitoring, in a real time health monitoring, and some wellness centers and something. So and it has some technology. This this wristband uses some technology which has some sensors, some Bluetooth enabled devices. In Bluetooth enabled devices, in a particularly with some BLE, means BLE means Bluetooth low energy, because it consumes the less energy, consumes less power consumption. So it will keep this device on for a long time. So this node needs to be recharged every time. So this is used the recent devices uses this BLE configuration, BLE enabled devices, and some AI driven data analysis that technology uses, because this watch is only capturing this HR data, some EMG data also, that SpO2 something is there, but that has to be AI driven, means that data could be collected and that algorithm processed, and that give you some alerts or something, alerts or related something to analyze the person's activity. And this what kind of if this wearable device who uses this wearable device. So there is some fitness enthusiasts like the person who are doing some gyms, athletes also, they are in the sports academy. Some diabetic patients also they are using. because in some wearable devices like I told you before that the CGM sensor. CGM is the continuous monitoring of glucose. It's like a partially invasive sensor. It's waterproof, also you can wear it for 14 days continuously, and it will give you a continuous measurement of diabetes and glucose levels. Okay, so and here you see this image. This image is particularly this is actually a device. This is I get from this paper. This is 3D printed portable EMG wristband, and this is only getting the EMG data. And this wearable device can be used uh, uh, for gesture recognition and some muscle fatigue detection. That's it. Yeah. Now here there is another pinpoint is that biomedical 3D printing. This is also novel ideas for business purpose. Here you see that biomedical 3D printing. Here this is 3D printing that it's not a normal 3D printing. Means it uses the 3D printing technique, and but their ink is a bio ink. It uses the cell tissue, some polymers to make some scaffold, and that scaffold can be processed, and that scaffold is used for the healing purpose, for healing purpose of for the some bones, also for skin also. That's it. So here introduction is that this enabling the creation of custom prosthetics and implants and even tissues. Here you see that that can be help for uh, that can help for to regenerate the tissues while after operation or some wound or burn something is happening. Then you can place it a scaffold, and that will actually enhance the process for regeneration of the tissues. Means normally if it takes 14 days or 20 days, now if you after using this scaffold, it will take only 2 to 5 days it will properly heal. And that is the main advantage of this biomedical 3D printing. So now there is a business potential is there. You can make personalized prosthetics and implants for the high demand. There is a after if person to person there is a different injuries is happening. So for every individual person, you have to make some individual personalized prosthetics, because and it's in high demand, because nowadays lots of unwanted injuries, and this something is happening. You just see the newspaper and everything that needs this personalized prosthetics and implants, right? And there is a technology used, right? There is a 3D printing technology used, that simple 3D printing technology, and there is some CAD software that some SolidWorks or ANSYS, or you can use AutoCAD also to make some personalized design of the scaffold to point it to the wound for different persons to persons. So that is some biocompatible material, means they are using some polymer or some stem cells or some different composites also. This target audience means some hospitals, some prosthetic manufacturers, some research levels. So some orthopedic and reconstructive surgery centers also, they have used this kind of this kind of techniques, and this kind of 3D printed scaffolds and everything to. And there is a example is that offers a custom 3D printed prosthetics for patients or biocompatible surgical models. Third point is that there is a biomaterials and tissue engineering. This is also a vast domain for this business ideas also. In that I told you that you can make some scaffold, and you just put it to the wound, and it will automatically means it will fast the regeneration of the tissue, new tissue, to heal this wound. So this kind of scaffold is like that. It's just a mesh shape, or there is a different shapes is there. Means these grid shapes, then honeycomb shape. There is a different triangle shapes. It's a lot of types of shapes is there. Using that printing of the 3D printed scaffold, you can put it into the wound, and that will generate a heat. This actually this scaffold is not only the material stem cells or any stem cells or some polymer or everything. It actually also includes some. It will actually poured with the nanoparticles also, because it has a capability to this scaffold is, after putting this scaffold, there is lots of chances to get some what it called inflammation and everything, right? It needs to be biocompatible, so this scaffold has to be poured with the some nanoparticles that can also help to increase the decrease the time duration for the healing purpose also, and some medication purpose to that non-inflammatory things also, that also used is the same kind. So there is a business potential is that there is a need for a tissue repair. As just I told, if there is a burn is happening or some surgery is happened, then you can use that scaffold to heal that particular area. And there is creating a lucrative market is also there. Then which kind of technology uses? This also uses the 3D bioprinting technology. Also uses it. Materials also used by the polymer or some stem cells also. Nanoparticle also poured with the nanoparticle to enhance the efficiency, and that is. And the target audience is that some research labs they are developing, or some they are doing some research that can also uses this. There are some hospitals that after some specific doctors that have to that prefer this kind of techniques to heal the patients. Some that also they have used some cosmetic surgery centers, like if someone wants some skin change or something in cosmetology something. So they also use this kind of techniques to do this. Some drug delivery companies, so after pouring with some nanoparticles, or there is also one drug delivery companies like there is some capsules is there, if it will be delivered by the oral only, and that will particularly target to that area only. Then after it will release the drugs or nanoparticles. The nanoparticle is coated with some another composites of that, so that can that particles travel to that particular area, and inside of that it will release that drug to heal that wound from inside only, while without putting this scaffold also. That is also possible. And some examples is that you can be a business developing biocompatible implants for drug delivery or tissue repair. You can also is like that. Some home diagnostic kits also. There is one other topic is that home diagnostic kits means people are don't generally used to go to directly. It's not they are not preferring to go to hospitals regularly, right? And some people have some diabetes, then they are not regularly going. Some if they have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, then they are people are not preferring every day to go, because it's very hectic also, right? So you can make some this kind of sensor. This is the cesium sensor that I told you before. This is if you placed one time, this is an invasive sensor, but a partially invasive sensor. It has a flexible lead in the center here. It will goes inside of the your superficial skin layer and detects the glucose continuously. For every 5 minutes, it will generate the some one glucose value. And this if after placing the one time, it will goes for 14 days. After 14 days, it will be discarded. This is also waterproof. You can just place one time, and you can. This is waterproof, so there is no need for any uh, mis valuation means misvaluation for any glucose value. So this is the one device that can be used by the as a this device can be used by the diabetic patients, for mainly for type 1 diabetic patients, because this that one is are more chronic chronic also and severe also. So this techniques can be used by the type 1 diabetic patients. So you can this is actually this is about sensor. This Libre Freestyle, you just see that this is a Libre Freestyle sensor sold by the Abbott. So this is also we know that this is the foreign company. So if we make some this kind of devices while our own in Indian market, so that will be also cost effective. This particular sensor will cost about 7,000 only, and this is only for last for 14 days only. So we can make such sensor that would last for a long duration also. If it's not more than long duration 14 not more than 14 days, we can make also as a cost effective also, because it's already in made in India, so that also is possible. But right now there is a different research is ongoing that this lifespan of 14 days will more we can increase to the 21 days also using this technique, and for made in India also. So this kind of home diagnostic kits means it actually gives you personalized. You can use this personalized way. So this is the thing also. Some this is comes under the biosensor. This technology, what we are the technology use, this is comes under the biosensor and the lab on a chip, because it has a biosensor means in the center is a lead. It's a flexible lead is there. It has a 3 electrode system is there. 3 electrode systems. There is a counter electrode. It's a long story. So I just simply said there is a biosensor is there, and there is some chip is there. Chip means that to process this glucose value, because this comes under the this sensed as them in a millivolt. So that has to be processed and gives you the correct numbers. Means 94 102. That's process. It's going in the another one. So is so that is the lab on chip. It comes under that. This falls under that lab on a chip. So it's combination of lab on a chip and the biosensor. And the target audience is like that. I already told you that the diabetic patients they are using some gym person also they are using if they want to check some what is the glucose fluctuations they have gone through while during the gym. uh, they are also using that, because while doing the gym they have fluctuation. There is a two types of exercises they are doing, some anaerobic and aerobic. So in both the cases they have a different fluctuations of glucose also, that can be used by the both the normal user also and the diabetic patient also. And some another example is like you can make some home testing kits like a glucose. This one also the cortisol, cholesterol. That cholesterol measurement kits also you have to measure, and and some genetic predispositions you can also made like that. And you just see that, and another topic is more advanced in the recent year. Recent nowadays they are going through the artificial intelligence in healthcare. Means here I see some one example is there. Here it uses meal estimation. I'm more particularly for the diabetic patients also, and some diet conscious people also. So I will see that here they are give some food. They this AI algorithm that run behind this application. It actually captures the food, and using this image processing, image recognition techniques, and image segmentation and deep learning techniques, that actually segments this particular food. This is the burger, and some different thing is there. Some spinach is there, something is there. So it will segment it out, and using this segmentation technique and identifying these labels, using these labels that this is the burger and something, that will actually calculate the calories and carbs and everything. So that can help the person to okay what kind of intakes, which amount of intakes the person take it, and they needs to be control also, because that for diabetic patients they have to be regular about their intakes, food intakes, because it will lot more help to recover from the diabetes. So this is the one application. So and another also some application is there to for artificial intelligence in healthcare, like if they in the recent market also they have some different application is also there, that if you have some problem with your like a fever or something, if you have, so, and then you just open this that application, you just type what are the symptoms you had, and using that symptoms and everything, that will give you some guidance or prescription. Okay, that what are the disease, or what are the what are the diseases that you have, or using the prescription you can also uh, use that prescription for recover from that disease or something, whatever the fever or infection or something. So that is another way of this artificial intelligence in healthcare. And there is another thing is that we are seeing in this recent COVID-19 that the people are using the CT scan and MRIs to detect some if the person is having the COVID-19 or different thing, or COVID-19 or something, or this MRI can be used also as a brain tumor segmentation, that how much the growth of the tumor inside the brain also, and some other parts also, while in the tumors in the lower abdomen or something. There also it uses the MRIs and everything and CT scan everything to detect some specialized tumors and diagnose that what which kind of tumors it happens. There is a different kind of tumor is there. So yeah. Now there is a last week is that there is a rehabilitation robotics. So as we know that the people after some early in after 60 or 70 they are not able to walk also some also in a recent in 30 40 also after some accidents happen and they are lost some their legs leg or hand also so lower abdomen or that kind of thing malab. So if you have to analyze market analyze that what kind of flows malab, how much amount of uh, this road accidents and how much amount of this lower what called uh, what calls this the person who are suffering from the in the what calls wait a second. Yeah, yeah. These lower extremities and these upper extremities, some dysfunction is there. Some there is a missing of this tibia or femur or some hand grips or something. Uh, they have some different exoskeleton or different prosthetic arms or prosthetic legs or that kind of things that have to be used to rehabilitate that person for their day-to-day life. So that kind of different devices that you have to make some for and that device is also as a individual that what it calls personalized devices because the person to person it's different. They have also different length of their limbs ribs and some wrist and everything that legs also because depends on the person weight and height. They have to be differ from material to material also from designing and manufacturing way also. So that also that constraint also we have to keep in mind that while designing this kind of exoskeleton or some prosthetic hands or limbs or wrist or something. So that is also there and that kind and that devices includes this kind of technology used this robotics sensors some machine learning algorithms. Now you hear in the recent days you see that this exoskeleton this is the actually manually hand also. This is automatically handled. So there is two type of operation they have manual operation and the automatic operation. In this while using the machine learning there is automatic operation also there. They have used this easy data easy sensing from the head and they have to move this arms or legs or everything. They have to get the data from the spinal cord. They have make input some chip to the spinal cord and that get some data and they have processed some machine learning algorithm and using that they have some motion and everything the person can be do person can be done. So and you see that recently that Elon Musk developed some Neuralink project. They have to implant some Neuralink chip inside the brain and that can control this easy activity and that also they have a future in that they have proposed a solution for this exoskeleton and everything that for the robots only because they have to think their own. So that can also be used by our in this medical device also that that Neuralink can captures the easy activity or some particular activity to control this overall exoskeleton or some particular hand also some artificial limbs or artificial these legs or everything. So that is also a possible business idea to develop this kind of robotics for rehabilitation purpose for diseased people. And now there is a conclusion is that there is a future of biomedical engineering and entrepreneurship is bright with endless opportunities to innovate, create value, and profoundly impact global healthcare. So entrepreneurs in this field will play a critical role in shaping the healthcare industry of tomorrow by developing cutting-edge solutions that address real-world medical challenges. improve patient outcomes, and bring healthcare to every corner of the globe. Means overall concept is that you have to analyze the market. You have to analyze the devices, what kind of devices that market holds, what kind of novelty that devices have, what kind of technology that the device is used, and using that key points, you can develop some devices that can be novel, that can be comparable to another device also, because you have to if you are launching some devices, medical devices to market, that has to be comparison, that have some novel ideas that people can use, that has to be affordable also, that. And now recently that we see that in India there is a make in India, there lots of people are using the tag is lots of people that this tag are using the make it India, and make in India. And the devices that has to be imported also from exported also. If we are making such device like fully automated, and there it means novel device that can also be exported to another countries also. So that is also a possible way, and possible thought process is there. And thank you. That's it for my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable session, sir, and providing the young ideas to the business entrepreneurs, sir. Participants, if you have any doubts, kindly ask to the sir. Sir, what was your advice to the freshers, sir?
Advice is that you should keep in mind your goal. What is your goal actually? If you want to do some, if you want to make some company or startup, uh, that is not for all actually, because lots of now right now recent years there are lots of startups are opening, but they have only similar kind of stuffs only, and that is not be novel also. But if we, but it's in Indian society, it's in make in India. That's why the government also offers them to, okay, you should stay in this startup or something. But thing is, you should have some novel ideas, because if you are going outside of this India, then they have lots of comparison, lots of criticize also there, because we have some technology that is not that much of advanced level. If you see in the USA and some European Union countries, they have medical device, they have mindset to do some novel ideas, because here what we are doing right now, that is not matlab, what it calls, that's not in in a way that needs to be in a way. So I suggest that if you have a goal for doing some great research, great product development, you should do some market search. What is the devices they have? What are the novelty they have? Using those parameters, you can analyze this thing. You can do some group discussions about your with your friends. To, okay, this is the key points that we have, and do some because these companies are not developed by the only one person. They have to be a group. They needs a group to make some valuable inputs, because one person cannot judge by their own itself. Some another person needs to be judged by those person. So there is the thing is there. So I suggest that you should do some discussion, some research uh, about what about your next upcoming ideas, for if you want to do some job or research something. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable answer, sir. Sir, and then one more question is I'm more interested in doing projects related to biomedical. So what future type of job will be suitable for me?
It's particularly depends on your interest. Here you written is that only doing a biomedical. There is biomedical is a wide, vast field. You should be particular about what kind of field you want. In biomedical, there is lots of things there. So keep in mind that which field you want to work, and using that field you can grow your career. Then after the automatically company comes to you. If you have some using because when you are doing some projects you get some skills from that project, because that is a very big while you are in a final year or something, that is some different learnings you had learned. So using those learning, that will help to get a job. So there is right now, if you are in a btech, then don't just uh, you think about the particular biomedical application. Then after you should thought about this job, because when you are doing some good skills, when you are getting some good skills, this job automatically comes to you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And then one question is sir.
Yeah.
How the Indian Institute of Science provide the valuable research opportunities and sources for the Department of Biomedical Engineering areas? Sir?
In Indian Institute of Science, there is no particular department for biomedical engineering. There is a different departments for biological sciences, some C-brain for particularly for neuroscience. There is a different department is there, not particularly for biomedical engineering. So they have different projects related to that. Biological science, they mostly contains from biotechnological things. Means it's not ever engineering things. Means you have thought about some electronics and everything that this particular department don't have. But this engineering means this electronic stuffs and those things is comes under this electrical engineering also, because there some of the professor works on the biomedical application in that electronics department, ECE departments. So in that there is work is there, the resources is also there, because the Indian Institute of Science is like they have lots of fundings, they have lots of resources. If you want to do some research on a particular domain, they have grants to uh, keep they have grants for what it calls to spending for your particular project also. So there is lots of research resources is there. And mostly this research is depends on your mentor, because your mentor input is very crucial here. If you have a mentor in a good way, because obviously ISC has a good mentor in a whole over the India also and all over the world also. So based on their mentorship, you will get good knowledge about the research. Definitely, sir. They'll guide you also for some which way you want to go. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable answer to the question, sir. And then thank you once again for inviting to our webinar, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to extend my deepest gratitude to our today's expert for sharing their expertise knowledge in the profound field. As we conclude the today's session, tomorrow we have a session at 6:30 p.m. Thank you, participants, for your patience, and then thank you for once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you once again.